I welcome back. Another important experience lesson. So probably everything is not negative about ABAP. Good things also will be there that I will do one more lesson video. But let's try to be understand how tech team will play with you in real time, especially for solution freezing. You can see this. What is the topic today? Big lies, problems with ABAP team. You can find fools in the pool. Really, I'm telling you, not only functional side and above side also, different kind of mindset people will be there. Let's try to see. So actually technical team is the pillar team for your client solutions, but certain times you'll have better experiences with them. Okay. What kind of lies they will tell, you understand when you try to interact with them. Okay. So lies from ABAP team. So first one, stick to the current solution. Why you want this deviation or change? Because they don't try to understand functionally what we are explaining. Okay. So better stick with current solution. We'll have some problems. They will tell that. Okay. So your customer is asking about some deviation, some program modification. They are telling that, we don't want to do that. Okay. So be careful, this kind of thing. Work in progress, they keep on telling, for example, one object, you have a 13 functional specs, 10 functional specs from your side. So you are giving a complex, functional object supposed to be changed. Such a case, what happens? So for example, you have a 10. Suppose you have a low priority one and high priority one is there in your work, that particular 6 months or 1 year duration. In that, again, being a functional consultant, your quantity matters. Out of 10, for example, 5, 6 you finish, you will have naturally get that confidence. You are giving that confidence to technical team to finish remaining 2 complex and medium, complex, relevant functional specs. Such a cases, if you give the complex one, if you don't plan for it, so like, in a year that takes more time, then he will keep it in progress. Your manager definitely will ask you, how about what is the status of other functional specs? Always your technical team is telling that it is in work in progress. Then you can park it, hold. You will have a discussion with your manager and technical architect. You start working, which is actually productive and possible to give the solution, and you will have a good hand on your customer also. Certain times, this is positive side. This is functional side, you have to plan it. But you way ahead. These people are so critical actually. So for example, especially they are in notice period, they don't work for you properly and they will tell some stories, especially on weekends. Okay, if you don't do proper follow-up, they will not do. Certain times they are telling like, work in progress. So when, for example, one work is he's supposed to finish it by 3 days. So suppose you are trying to do the follow-up from Monday around the Friday or Thursday. So he tell that I did not understand, he explained. That's why we should be careful with these folks. They won't give you the work just like that. Some people are experienced, they will do that without asking you. That is a positive side. Okay. Don't know how to debug. They simply say that don't know how to debug. Then why you came to ABAP actually? Okay. And your technical architect, these people, with experience, they're making the money from industry. They cannot even properly debug. Okay. I have seen such kind of ABAP architects. Architect don't know. And lead senior ABAP don't know. Or senior ABAP don't know. Junior anyhow, obviously you don't know anything. So such a cases. So they will try to avoid you like this, but your work is on your head. Being a functional consultant, you just have to sort it out. Either looping your manager or else above that. Certain times they cannot able to do debug actually. Okay. Generally, it won't happen. They will helpful, but still it happens. So this is one of the biggest lie. When we ask for certain solution, they cannot able to debug. They'll tell that you raise SAP note. This is the common lie. This is the blunder from ABAP team. Most of the projects I have seen, you raise ABAP, SAP note. Okay, if you don't have solution, then why you are here? So this is the problem. They don't give the debug analysis. Certain people, they will give the debug analysis and they will say that, this is a standard object modification. You write the SAP note. So you don't think that, functional job is not much difficult, but I'm telling. So if you work for 10 years, some problems you have to face with your technical team also. Okay. You are now having the feeling that better learn abap also with your function module, right? That's good actually, but not required. Functional is a version. It's a global solution. Certain times, like, it's a common object is there, your document type is there, or else, common pricing procedure is there. So certain thing somewhere it is dumping for one country. We don't want to debug because it is going to impact other. It's a lie actually. What does it matters? It is a global solution. Then you have to work for our data. Okay, the current sales or current company code, current material, current pricing procedure. Okay, so they will say that this is general statement. They will use it. Be careful. Test data not enough. This is also one of the they are playing with you. If you give the data, sometimes we will give the insufficient data. Certain time you have to have a call there, then and there itself, and try to buy his time, and you give the proper data. You show him this is how it works. Certain times, something is tweaking. Okay, you cannot able to create the data functional side also. That you have to tell them clearly. Okay, so for example, accounting document not generating, dumping and cancellation. So they're asking, I want positive case. Okay, if we can able to cancel for the very first time, then we don't get the issue, right? You have to tell them very clearly. Like if it is dumping, then we cannot able to create the positive test case. You have to debug in runtime and on save why it is not canceling and why it is giving dump actually. So you should be very careful. Variable will not allow. Certain times on runtime debugging, they will say that this is a text variable. We cannot able to enter the numeric value. So it is a numeric value. Then we cannot able to enter into the integer. We cannot allow more than 5 digits or 6 digits. Okay, after point like that, they will tell some stories. You should have to clearly check with them. Variables will not allow. Certain times it won't be allowed also for solution certain reports. Okay, so then you have to create a custom object or custom segment. It depends on the solution where you are working. Standard code cannot debug. It's the biggest lie, and they are incapable and insufficient in our industry. Standard code, when we give that, they cannot. I have seen one good abapper, some 2 to 3 abappers in my experience. They will debug whatever we give. Day and night spend, and then they will debug. Even if it is standard also, they know how to debug the standard code. If a X person that can able to do the standard code debugging, he is the best developer in the market. If you get in your team, you are lucky enough. This is the story. Standard code we cannot debug, and it is again linked with the 4th point, rise SAP node. Okay. It creates issue for existing solution. So for example, you have a custom solution in a report, some value it is not appearing. So total code is written some 10,000 or 20,000 lines. So we don't want to debug this one separately. It is creating problem. You go to the customer, you say that, it is the complex current situation, we cannot do it. Actually, it's a lie. You have to debug it, whatever I am giving, being a functional owner of that particular functional spec. Okay, be strong. So why you are not selected in interview? Because of all these reasons. So they have a fear. So work if they have given to you, how you are going to handle. So they don't want to know the history of the objects or abap or something where you work. But currently, if I'm giving work, being a functional consultant with that particular confidence, how you can able to handle it. Okay, particular confidence, I said the word, like, the actual required confidence. Okay. Next. Technically not possible. This is also like need more timeline. Certain times, so like your project itself, it is taking so for example, especially in a support. Okay, so they will simply say that if it is normally can A small line also, they will say that this is enhancement, code need to be written. Actually, they will write one line code. If or else or something, they will use it. For that also, they will tell the storyline, I need more timelines. This is okay. Okay, if really they can able to do it, you take a promise from them. I'll give the timelines, but I want a work actually. If you can handle your client. If it is 1 week, then you can buy 10 days or 15 days to get finish of this one. Asking for release. This is also happened. So like, in one of my project, so one guy is there, he wrote almost 7,000 lines, 6,500 lines, and after that he cannot able to bear the pressure. He has his own priorities. He is a very good abapper. He'll put down papers and he left. The experienced abapper living for your object is also very bad actually. So new one luckily got into fit into my team. He continued 11,000, 12,000 lines. He wrote the code like that. Such kind of people also will be there. When good developer leaves, another good developer will be replaced. Then no problem. But someone is telling that he is good developer, that you cannot believe in that until unless he is working actually. Some people will ask for release. They will taunt their team. Hey, this guy is troubling for me. Why I have to trouble? You are my wife or what? You are my friend or what? Okay, you are my girlfriend or what? Being a functional consultant, why should I trouble to you? I am asking you, give me my work. Okay. So be careful. This is the place where a lot of fights will happen. Be careful with your mouth. I will tell you that also. Backing up by architect and managers. This is also I have faced in my fifth project in support. They are bringing people actually instead of working. Those people don't have work. So those such kind of idiots staying in one company or project 7 years or 10 years, they will go to onset. There also they don't work, and when offshore also, if someone is working, we are asking a little strongly, then they will say that it's not possible. You are a functional consultant, they will play with you all the ways. If they don't want to do it, they don't do it. They will not allow you to do any other person. That is a very, very bad attitude from technical team I have seen. This is also story, runtime. So if we make changes, it is creating dump. They will do technically anything is possible, right? So this is one of the escape thing. Who cannot take risk. And then what? We cannot give you money. We cannot give you money for this month's salary. We cannot give you money. We cannot. Inside feeling is like that for functional consultant. Ask that person. We cannot take risk. Okay. We need longer timelines. This is already explained. More timelines is different. Longer time. It's cost effective. This is also big line. So we have to charge like this. Client won't accept such a case. They will start this drama also. FS not updated clearly. They will come back to you after 1 week or 2 weeks. This is not clear. We don't want to go with that. That's why whenever you update FS, we write in FS. We just explain them clearly. You record that call. If that is okay, then go. See, nowadays, actually, olden days, ABAPers are very good. Nowadays, whoever joining ABAP, right? They're joining with the help of proxies. They're joining with the help of, recommendations and preferences. So those are like, best idiots. Some ABAPers are very good in their academics, but technically fails. But I have seen some ABAPers who is coming from campus, non-campus recruitment. They're very good, but campus recruitment also engaged us with fresh minds. They will do miracles. I have seen. I'll explain the story, that story also. Okay. Functionally not in a position to explain the requirement clearly. So you can see this, all the stuff. I think, this is what it is, the experience from function consultant. Like if he face better ABAP team, as well as good ABAPers also will be there. Like a lot of solutions, a lot many enhancements I have done with the help of ABAP only. Certain times they will only drive the solution. Such kind of good ABAP team also will be there. I'm talking about if you face out of your 10 years, anytime you can find at least twice these attitude kind of abapers will be there. Be careful. That's why I'm doing that. Otherwise, there is no point to, criticize them. They're actually very good. They're the pillars of our SAP. Okay, but be careful with bad folks, bad fools in the pool. Okay. Jai Hind. Thank you. All the best.